Another day in Call of Duty. Another day of drama. Let's just get straight into it. I made a previous video to this, kind of. But again, it's another day full of drama. Now, Falcon Soldiers of Misfortune have tweeted. Now, I know there's a lot of people that don't like the account or the person behind the account. It is what it is. I'm not here to judge people behind their accounts. But they tweeted out the other day, just seeing this from Blast, I was under the impression that when shadow banned, you are shadow banned from every COD game you own under that account. Does this mean Blast never owned MW2 under this account, or is it a new one created after a permaban? Example on the right. Now, I'm not going to be one to call out Blast for cheating. To be quite honest, everyone can make their own mind up who's cheating, who's hacked up, who's not. But it's a very good point. On the left, obviously you got Blast's tweet, ex CWL, CDL Pro, been playing in Activision funded tournaments for years and currently am in the whitelisted lobby for World Series of Warzone qualifiers, yet I'm still getting banned. Now, obviously on the left, it shows limited matchmaking games, Black Ops 6 and Warzone. On the right is the example. And it says Modern Warfare 3, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2. Yes, when you check your account, if you're banned, it just lists what games you're banned from or shadow banned from. Obviously, I don't run cheats and I'm not good enough to be accused constantly. And when I tested my account to see if I was shadow banned, it listed every single game of Call of Duty that I've played or owned. So, good point or good reference to be made. As I said, I'm not going to call Blast out for cheating or whatever. Everyone can make their own opinions and assumptions up. Next tweet. Again, I'm just touching on things to get to the main point. So are you going to ban Adrian, or are they going to turn a blind eye to him because of pressure from reports? Again, I've got no issue with Hector whatsoever. I know I can come across as I'm going to target Hector. It's not that at all. Obviously, Adrian got permabanned while he was at Hector's house. There was phone calls being made, and within 20 minutes, Adrian got unbanned. Again, things are very questionable, in my opinion. I do believe if you're a permabanned, then you should be permabanned. Same approach as what Fortnite's done. They're suing people, players for cheating and stuff. Call of Duty, again, should get a backbone. Activision as a whole should get a backbone. I've been no secretive voice or anything on the timeline. I've said it how I see it. When you've got people like Shanice and Robert and a few others that are in streamers' back pockets, it brings the whole game into disrepute, and the credibility of Call of Duty is very questionable. So again, Adrian got permabanned. Then his permaban was removed after what looked like 1 or 2 phone calls from Hector. Again, is what it is. Carlos tweeted out, and this is where I'm going, the direction I'm going in. Looks like Tyler TP has a streamer mod with a direct line to Call of Duty so he can ban players live in Warzone. This was a benefit, a perk that TinTheTapman and other big streamers once had a different time in the past 5 years. Tyler TP's mod banned Jusamir, a World Series Warzone top LATAM player and LAN finalist. Do you think it's fair that certain COD streamers get this Warzone banning power? Now, I've said it before, and I'll be totally honest, I'm at the point now where I've gone past caring that much of constantly repeating myself. Obviously, Jusamir has put a tweet out a while back, tagged Tyler in it, or TP. Tyler Teep, your mod said he reported me in your chat or sent a clip to someone, and a couple of minutes later I got suspended from ranked. I went to your chat and asked what did he did, Jesus Christ, and he didn't respond and blocked me from your chat, laughed my ass off. Obviously, Blade being the direct line. I sent the clip in. So he already confirmed it. He sent a clip to a direct line in Call of Duty. Again, Soldiers of Misfortune. Both Adrian and Ryder have been permanently banned recently. Let's see if this actually means what it says, or is it just clearing the way for your corrupt simp farming business model? And then obviously tagged Call of Duty Activision and Call of Duty Updates. As Call of Duty Updates have tweeted out, accounts caught using cheats during or prior to World Series of Warzone have been permanently banned from our games and removed from the leaderboard. Now, I'm not going to name drop. Obviously, that clip is from Call of Shame, but I'm not going to name drop. I know of 2 people that are using third party. I don't have nothing to do with them anymore. But I know for a fact they're using, as well as doing something in game. And they've been given the pat on the back by quite a few people, and it just seems to me it's coming across as there's like a little faction going on of people in the faction or in the clique that are being protected, and that's where it's looking. Now, as I said, I know 2 people that are definitely using. They've even owned up to using, but again, they're in that certain circle or certain sector of we are protected. Now, obviously, people are being banned, shadow banned, while being on the whitelist. Obviously, World Series of Warzone, open qualifiers and stuff, you're on the whitelist, which I don't agree with personally. I've already expressed that opinion quite a few times. I don't think any player, no matter if they're tournament players, wager kids, World Series of Warzone finalists, people that bring in 50,000 plus viewers, whatever, I don't think anybody should be protected at all, because it's taking the rules or the thin line of where the rules and boundaries are away from certain people, in my opinion. And some people are being protected, some people are not. Again, Soldiers of Misfortune, complete and utter cheat fest. All qualifiers for World Series of Warzone should be console only. I bet my bottom dollar that 90% of the usual names wouldn't get near to making the cut. They moan every year about SBs as if no one is using all kinds of shit on their computers. Zero integrity. Now, this obviously tweet is about Ebates, which I don't have to express my opinion on Ebates. It's widely known, my opinion. As I said, I'm not going to bring hate to people. But Ebates put a tweet out. We have competitors getting shadow banned the night before World Series of Warzone qualifiers, and they're being told to play on new accounts if they want to be eligible to compete. Even worse, if you get shadow banned mid-tournament during a TKR, you have to start over. I was told we are going to do better next year a year ago. Curious to see what that means. Now, in my opinion, Ebates putting this tweet out, obviously this was the 20th of June, so 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. Ebates puts this tweet out, and it's caused a bit of a stir, not going to lie. And we all know Ebates likes he likes the clicks and the baiting and everything else on the timeline anyway. But again, it's one of them situations where people are being shadow banned before the World Series. Call of Duty gets called out for it. People get banned. Like last year, it was Ryder's teammate got banned, or his account was in bad standing. But as soon as it's someone in the circle or someone in the clique that's been shadow banned or perma banned, everybody comes rallying. When it's someone that's not really known in the scene, everybody's like, oh yeah, 100% cheating. Like I saw a tweet earlier. Well, I had the tweet sent me. It was Happer's tweet. Now, obviously, Happer's got me blocked, whatever. Again, I'm not going to go into it. I'm not bringing no hate or whatever. But you got Happer tweeting out, and he's edited the clip I went over the clip, and you could tell it's edited. Very Bad Boy Beam and Call a Shame-esque of 2023, with the misinformation there. This is obviously going into the main point that I'm going to make. But yeah, you've got people like Ebates and Hector and TP, Tin the Tatman, that all call out people for cheating, but when it's one of their own, they defend them. And it's just, to me, it's taking the credibility away from the comp scene. As Soldiers of Misfortune has said, put these players on console only. It doesn't make a difference, because when you've got Art is War, which I will openly say, anybody using Art is War is cheating anyway, because it's not available for everybody. Like console users, yes, console users can use the rah build, audio tune, whatever. Art is War's audio tune is basically for PC. And people say it's competitive, Call of Duty is competitive. Well, when you're using a third party to get the upper hand on your opponent type of thing, or enemy teams, it's not competitive in the slightest. Competitive would be playing on an even playing field. You look at football, as the Americans call it, soccer, it's an even playing field. It's 11 on 11. Fair enough, the referees are quite biased in a few games, whatever, but it's 11 versus 11. And if they're caught doping or anything, like if the players are caught doping, then they get a big fine, the club gets points deducted. If they don't meet financial fair play, like Man City, they've had 100 charges against them. It's going to cost them a lot in the long run. So when people are using third-party cheese to gain an advantage, then I don't call them a competitive player. I never have called a Warzone player a pro. I don't believe they are pros. Yes, they spend 90% of their time playing Call of Duty. Doesn't make them a pro. So that's just my stance on that. And then obviously, again, Falcon Soldiers of Misfortune. I wasn't going to make this video because I don't need to. But we're going to go into it. Tencent TV exposing the corruption once again. TP moderator banned a popular Mexican streamer from Black Ops 6 multiplayer immediately because he looks sus. Zero proof. Streamers have far too much power revising permabans, and now this is dreadful. Now, I put a tweet out, which I pulled the tweet up, and I'm going to play it because it was a response to Happer, and it was a tweet that I got tagged in. And
gotta chill out.
What was his stream again? If one of you can text it to me.
For what, Bobby?
Marcos.
Oh.
I need it for something.
Baby.
Yep, I got you, go.
So you got JD, which is Hector's mod, asking for Macca's Twitch or whatever, Activision account. I assume it was his Twitch to then get his Activision account, whatever. And then obviously reported. Macca's since then got a ban. Macca even tweeted out, I was banned minutes after JD asked for pools for my information. I realise this is pointless, but I would at least appreciate if you got the correct information out there. I hate negativity, and bullying has been insane. Even with that being said, I wish you and the crew the best. Now, I do believe...
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me carefully. And
I'm not going to go over all this. I don't have to go over that video. I had the video sent me anyway. But again, if we just click on the tweet, and this is the one I was talking about with Happer.
Dude.
Oh, I just got shadowed.
Huh? Yeah. Being shadowed doesn't matter. Like, you can still play in a custom.
Well, I had to close my game and back out. Account permanently banned.
Oh, wait, really?
Yep.
You're joking.
No.
Oh, it's shock.
Dead ass. Looks like those guys finally got me, man. Enough people complain, and there you go, you got me.
Yeah, but while you're whitelisted is crazy, bro.
I used to talk about that clip. As you're whitelisted, and he's got a permanent ban. Now, I'll openly say this. I've got no hate towards Hector. I've got no hate towards TP. Tin the Tatman with whips. got no hate towards Tim either. But when you have streamers, content creators that are having their moderators have a direct line with someone at Call of Duty, Raven Software, Activision, whoever, having a direct line, VIP and a mod in Shanice and Robert and a fair few others. We saw it with Bobby Poff as well earlier this year, maybe late last year. Getting people banned. Ginger Ninja, I think it was, accused of stream sniping or whatever, and she actually wasn't, and she ended up getting shadowed and whatever. And then Bobby got a ban, and then the ban was overturned. When you've got genuine players out there that are dealing with hackers day in, day out, and I'm not on about the tournament players, I'm on about people that get on the game at 5 p.m. and then they're off the game at 10 p.m. Let's just say they just want to play with their homies and whatever, and they have to pull up with hackers, blatant hackers. Now, I've reported a few, and I only report people if I'm 99.999% sure that they're hacking. And at the moment, I think I'm at like a 97% positive rate. Everybody that I've reported, I think there's been like 2 or 3 that haven't been banned, or I haven't had the notification come through that they've been banned and whatever. But when you've got content creators that are having a direct line with Call of Duty and Activision, I think this is where the credibility goes from the game completely, because no player's moderator should have a direct line if there's an anti-cheat. Even despite if there's not an anti-cheat, nobody should have a direct line to get someone that's banned. We saw it with TP and Blade getting Juice Amir banned, and apparently he was cheating. Whether he is or not, that's up to everybody else to make their assumptions. I'm not going to say who's cheating and who's not cheating. But obviously I put a tweet out and simply said, not going to lie, I couldn't give a shit if he's cheating or not. What I do give a shit about is mods having a direct line to Call of Duty and Raven Software to get people banned. We saw it with Teep and Blade and Amir, Tin the Tatman and Whips and whoever. So many people have been banned because Whips has reported them. And now we're seeing it with Rappools and JD with Maka. The game credibility has gone to shit. And I do believe Call of Duty as a whole has gone to shit. You've got one side that are trying to make it competitive. Like Hector's trying to make it competitive. Obviously, I spoke to Hector in the DMs and stuff. I understand the direction he wants to go in, or he wants to take Call of Duty in. But again, it shouldn't be down to Hector personally. It should be down to Call of Duty as a whole. Activision, Treyarch. I'm not even going to say Raven, because Raven shouldn't have anything to do with Call of Duty, to be totally honest. Especially when they're in people's back pockets. But when it comes to shadow banning and perma banning, I do believe if you've been perma banned, like Adrian, I'm not just saying it because it's Adrian, but when Adrian's been perma banned, he should lose his account. Simple as that. Shouldn't have the ban overturned in 20 minutes. Everybody was told when Ricochet was dropped, bans are final. It even says it in TOS, bans are final. Well, you're not setting a great precedent if you're overturning someone's ban because they're known in the Call of Duty tournament scene. What about the genuine players that are being, quote, falsely banned? We had it all of 2023, 2024. Oh, I'm shadow banned because I've been mass reported. And we all know mass reporting doesn't get you shadow banned. It's because something's being flagged up on your account. I've said it to so many people. There's a lot of people getting shadowed because of what they have on their PC. Now, I'm not saying they've got aimbot walls and stuff, but they do have third-party software, audio, where some files like Hasuvi are going to be detected. And that has been proven again, which obviously if you do your research on YouTube, you'll find videos on it, even though a certain someone saying it's not bannable. But using third party is actually bannable. So it's very much up for debate on that situation. But I wasn't going to make this video, but Call of Duty is getting out of hand. Well, it's been out of hand for a while now, in my opinion. I'm not going to make it a secret or anything. I don't like Happer. Happer don't like me. Is what it is. But for Happer to tweet out a clip that's been very edited, not even skillfully, to basically throw Maka under the bus. Now, I don't care if Maka's cheating or not. I'm not here to say who's cheating and who's not. But I don't care if Maka's cheating or not. It's the credibility of the game when you've got direct lines of people and their moderators and their VIPs that are very much hands-on with Call of Duty that are getting people banned. Let's say it's a World Series of Warzone qualifiers. Biffle's team or Falcons need 3 points. And then you got someone like JD that goes and reports a team or someone on a different team, and then they get banned, perma-banned, and then Biffle's team automatically gets the 3 points type of thing. It's throwing everything into disrepute. And although streamers and content creators are going to stick by each other, especially those that are in the circle, because personally, 50% of them, in my opinion, are not legit. And that's because they're using audio cheese alone. It's like people say to me quite frequently, to be honest, how they got such good aim. And you have to say to them, well, they've played the game long enough to have recoil control and stuff like that. But there's been a few clips that I've had sent to me in the past, and I've tested the same build, same settings, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm the world's best player because I'm far from it. But when you test the same builds and the same identical settings to what they have, and the gun handles totally different, it makes it very questionable. Like we saw with Jowo and Z-Laner, I think it was Oak, when they were at the Optic headquarters, they couldn't shoot the gun for shit. But in the comfort of their own home, they're dropping double digits. Now, I'm not saying they're hacked up. It's just very, very questionable play, in my opinion. It's just, for me, there's no transparency with the anti-cheat whatsoever. Personally, I think the shadow ban should go, and it should be permabanned. If you get permabanned, so what? You're permabanned. You lost your account. You've lost your status of being a great player because you've been permabanned. Fortnite do it. Battlefield do it. There's quite a few games that permaban people because something's being flagged. Valorant does it. But overall, the context of this video, when you've got moderators that have a direct line getting people banned, whether rightly so or not rightly so, it just shows how one-sided Call of Duty's got since Raven Software have been the top dev team that are in streamers' back pockets. And I will say in back pockets because when you've got Shanice and Robert and a few others that are moderators and VIPs and selected few people's streams that seem to be untouched with very sus gameplay, it makes everything questionable. But hopefully, fingers crossed, 2027, when Microsoft fully take over, things might change. I don't think it will. Not whilst Raven Software have anything to do with Call of Duty. But yeah, I don't agree with moderators. In this case with Maka, Jusamir, both from getting banned because of moderators linked, whatever. And not being funny, the moderators ain't even that good anyway at the game. So who are they to call out cheats, in my opinion? But that's how I'm going to leave it. Hopefully Call of Duty can change. I doubt it, but fingers crossed.